the Lord said to Abram after Lot had departed from him, "Lift up your eyes from where you are, and look north and south, east and west. All the lands that you see I will give to you and your offspring forever. I will make you offspring like the dust of the earth, so that if anyone could count the dust, then your offspring could be counted. Go, walk through the length and the breadth of the land, for I'm giving it to you." So Abram moved his tents and went to live near the great tree of Mamre at Hebron, where he built an altar to the Lord. In here, same thing. We always say it's all God. His talk means something, and it's not. You can't just simply think he say it. Actually, the fallen angel and the earth, they are listening also. They thought about how to contemplate that parts. In here, firstly, God talk about lift up your eyes. It's kind of like this. You look left, look right, look back, look forth, right? You give a command. That's very normal ways. But in the military, or if you want to emphasize something, if you want to kind of teaching a cadet, say, hey, lift your eyes, look right. Lift your eyes, look front. You repeat it and make them concentration. So that's the ways I think he talked to Abrams. Okay. And when God say lift up, when you look north and south, it's kind of like this. Firstly, north is where he came from, right? Think about it, where you came from. And the south is where you have been through. Where you have been through. That's the point. Because Abram was a nobody, basically nobody. He has no offspring. He's nobody in his with his groups, right? So he crossed the river, came to Canaan, tried to find the new land. Then he went to south. Well, if it is true, his wife sleep with somebody else and got all his money, it's still a shame. Okay, still a shame. Or if his wife not come still with the Pharaoh, whatever, the ways he got all those money, all the donkey, all those maids, he's a bandit, right? It's also a shame. It's not an honorable job. It is a job, but you can't do this like this way. It won't make your name great. So look north and south. You can't go back. And look east and look east and west. East, who was there? Who is there? Lot is there. Also, east is what? The plain, big plain, the Dead Sea, and those big cities. They are a huge lock, chain. They will block you. You can't do nothing about it. And let's make Abram to think and look west. West is Israel, desert or some like a junky land, some kind of rock mountain, something. But east has lot of like a undeveloped area. Also, west has ocean, the Mediterranean Ocean. You can't use this ocean. So he let Abram to think about this first. Then in here is when God said, well, I will give all this to you and your offspring, right? Right here, like I'm kind of like consider the argument between the Israel and the Palestinian. They both say his Abraham's offspring, if it is true, right? And when we talk about the offspring, well, in the Bible or some church, they always say, oh, because only Abraham had the kids with Sarah, that's his offspring. That's their explanation. No, it's not. Because what? Because offspring, both kids all have half of his blood, right? So that's his offspring. What about the God? Did God tell him, oh, you must have the offspring with your wife Sarah, or with your second wife, another some maid, whatever. I forgot the name right now. Yeah, no, God didn't say it. Just say your offspring. And even with ancient time kind of consensus, oh, you only the firstborn kids with your wife is considered your offspring. That's we think. That's we believe. That's we made the rule. But did God say it? No, God didn't say anything about it. Just your offspring, right? Which one? I don't know. Just under your name. Under your name. That's your offspring. Even this offspring what? Totally has none, zero, nada bloodline. Well, if it is still his offspring, it is offspring. You know what? Actually, from here, I suddenly recall this part. Yeah, Jesus. Does Jesus consider Abraham's offspring? Yes or no? Yes is what? Because Jesus is his mother side and the father side, both entitled, okay, the legally, okay, he is. But actually Jesus is not from his father, right? Secondly is, well, actually Jesus, you know, like if we read the Bible, we can see like the Old Testament, one of Jesus, his far great grandma, she is a prostitute. And yeah, indeed, yeah, it's the great women. Actually, in the Bible, talk about the great women. She helped Israel, the Hebrew, take over the city, and they spared her life, whatever. So yeah, that's part of it. And so, can she get pregnant with somebody else? It's not from Abraham. Yes, it's possible, right? So right here, we only talk about entitled to Abraham's offspring, will inherit everything. So it's not necessary Israel. Not necessary. Also, another thing is when the, yeah, indeed. Yeah, so right now it's perfectly makes sense. When the fallen angels, what are they gonna do? They're gonna tempt people's mind. They're gonna confuse the concept, the definition of offspring, the definition of who's the big, who's the second, whatever. And well, what do you mean countless? When God says countless, you know, infinity is countless, right? But let's play a game. There is white dots on the table, couple. There's a black dots on the table, couple, right? I'm start counting. Then 1, 2, 3 white dots. Hold on. What I'm counting? White or black? Okay, I'm counting black. 1, 2, 3. I forgot what I'm counting. Then count the white one. Do you understand? That's people's mind switch back forth. And same thing. You're never able to count. You're unable to count. That means countless, right? Because you're unable to count. It's countless. You always keep counting. You keep counting, keep arguing, but you cannot count it. But still countless, indeed. Also, another thing is when land, same thing, the earth, right? I make the land lack of resources. I make the people start to feel unsafe, insecure for their territory, and then they start to what? Squeeze the living space, right? So they try to be fighting between each other, and you know what? The Israel will not will start to like fighting back. So Jordan, Syria, whatever, they don't like each other, and that's the Mother Earth will play that part. So I think in this like God, when God makes such a statement, Yeah, in here, actually, I thought about maybe God wanted like Abram to be a pirate. Why? We can think about it. Firstly, God came from far away, hover over the water, right? What hover over the water? Bus? No, ship, right? So in there, in God, his habit, his first thing is a ship. So he gave Noah a big ship. He didn't ask Noah to make what? Make a car, make a plane, no, ship. So he knew the ship can float over the water, conquer the big land, and can bring you somewhere else. It's safe and it's a very, very good like a vehicle for the Earth's environment. And where Abram he came from Noah, he's the offspring, right? Then what Noah offspring their skill? Naturally, they knew how to make a ship. Why? Because think about it. They came out from the big ship, right? Huge ship. And after that, they have to disassemble the ship. They need to use the wood to make house, make a road, whatever, bridge, something to start to work. So they learn how to make ship. They learn how to disassemble the ship. They learn the structure of the ship. So I believe that's the unique skill Abram or Noah's descendant they have. Then when God asked Abram, look north, look south, look, lift your eyes, look something. It's very seriously ask him to think, what's your future? What's your exit point? What are you gonna do for this land or to find a way to live? See, God cannot. That's, I think, between the gods, their protocol, their agreement between each other. You cannot really say, no, you have to this city, you have something, you have to do something. You need to leave a free will. You need to leave a space of the human variable to put it into it. So the only way you can do is give the direction. Look this, look that. You have a more possible development, right? So in here, that time, Israel has a lot of woods, and Gaza is west. It's it's beautiful port city. You can go to Cyprus, you can go to Sicily, you can all the way conquer the England, you can make offspring everywhere, right? So Abram, get the hint. He got the hint, okay, go to west. Then if Abram able to walk all the way to the beach to see the ocean and think smartly, well, because this land has a famine, right? It's a hunger, and I've been killed a lot of people. I got all the gold, all the ship, all the lamb, whatever those things. And maybe I should go somewhere to develop something new. But Abram is not that kind of people, okay? He's a land people. He only look in front of him. So he go all the way, he go to maybe west a little bit to the tree name called the Great Memory. And that's, they use big tree as a landmark. Also, he used this. He gonna start his 0 points, the XYZ coordinate system, his offspring, everything gonna build his legacy from that point. And that's that's just his character, or that's his short view. That's what I believe. Yeah, that's all I can say. Like if Abraham all the way to the Gaza beach, all the way see the ocean, Mediterranean Sea, and he can use his skill to build a ship. He can be the. There is nothing. There is no Caribbean whatever pirate story anymore. You know, it should be a different. They're total different like a story, and there is no Great Britain anymore because Abraham gonna have a new era, right? Yeah, it's very interesting. So Abraham did not get God's hint. Yeah, God gave him a hint. You go west, and think about it. You Israel, Hebrew, whatever that area, the mountain, and that's not good place. The only thing you can do is a goat and be a bandit, and you even hardly to make a city, So Abram all his life he didn't make any city. He just lived in a tent, and he's just a big group. Yeah. So what should I one word to say? What a big loser. Yeah, that's all I can say. Chapter 14 from 1 to, let me see, 1 to 12. Let's talk about 5 king. They have like a rebelling, or they have fighting each other, and eventually they capture Lot and took all his food and his wealth, his treasure, his possessions. Yeah. So because Lot was live in the Sodom, and he became a collateral damage. Well, maybe collateral damage, maybe not. Let's just find out. Firstly, I don't want to like a sentence word by word about this 12 sentence, because those king's name, it's kind of like annoying and meaningless. I've been noticed a couple things. First is rebelling. Okay, rebelling. 5 king, they don't like 1 king. They have been good king, or good like subordinate for 12 years. So on the 13th years, they start to like rebel, and I think Lot probably choose. I don't know. Is it when Lot went to that place during their rebel, or before the rebel, or just it's not good timing? The reason is, firstly, when Lot went to that land, right? If there is no rebelling, or before rebelling, definitely there is gonna be some kind of prediction. Should I say prediction? Or you need to see some kind of scene of people running away, or whatever. You need to good observation, right? But obviously Lot did not notice that parts. Or actually Lot want to go to some like king, try to join the king's force to gain more like wealth, or gain his possession. The reason is Lot has a herdsman, right? He has a herdsman. At that time most are infantries, and someone, if you can ride a horse and you have fighting experiences, yeah, you got a very good chance to be promoted, or to gain some position, right? So I don't know what's Lot his motivation, real motivation, go to the east, pick the east. But obviously Lot went to a chaos land. He went there, it's a chaos land. And most time Asian fight, it's not like right now we think about everyone has a good weapon, good armor, and it's no, they are poor. So most time you just bunch of peasants fist fight, or use a stick, or just chop the wood, put it in the fire, burn a little bit, and make it hard, stab each other. Most of it. So only king, or not even consider king, because think about it. Right there, there is 5 kings. Each one occupy a big city, right? Then maybe a couple small towns surrounding. So it's that time. It's not hard. It's not that hard to be a king. You just need like a city and a couple surrounding people to support you, daily foods, resources. So it's like, based on the research, those cities average about 500,000 people. About 500,000 people. Those are considered big city already. So when they have the battle, they make a formations. Why need a formation? There are a lot of people talk about the cold weapon time. So it's already too much topic about this. I don't want to say anymore. It's just one word for it. It's just vector. Yeah, battle in the cold weapon time. Everything is just your moral, your encouragement, whatever. Human is the most important. And if you have your vector, you reduce the vector, or you gather all your vector one direction, you cause maximum damage, and the rest just collapse. So I don't want to talk that much. And same thing, Lot. I think maybe I'll say maybe Lot, his number of a soldier is very limited. The reason is based upon the following, the next couple sentences talk about the number of Abram. He's like a soldier number. So I think a Lot, even okay, Lot has a half of it, or odd number of Abram. He only have like 1,000 or some soldiers, and after couple years of corruption, or those kind of corrupted lifestyle, right? And he already soft, and he lost his protection. So when he lived in the city, think about only rich people able to live in the city, instead of those peasants, they live outside the city. So I think this moment Lot is worthless. Yeah, to the king or to whatever. And but he still considered rich people. So they, when in the Bible they mentioned, they took Lot and his treasure, his possessions, because he's still somehow useful. That's from my understanding. Sentence 13 to 16 talk about Abram got his special force, right? Special force, yeah, train the person, and went to the get the Lot and all the treasure, and all his people, including what, slave, whatever, or everybody back, women and other people, yeah, back. In here, I noticed like the number. Okay, first is house born, right? Train the man born in his household. That's kind of like this. How many? 318, right? I believe it's a precise number, because in the Bible, usually they don't give like numbers, a good number, recorded number. So one day, two, it's just very vague, like a time period. So when you say like 318, it doesn't sound a fabricated number. I believe it could be some kind of story people were talking about all the time. So the number was passed generation to generations. And when it's a family household bond, like a soldier, they are like full-time. They are full-time soldier, well-trained, kind of like should I say, like special force. So from this number, we can like trace back how many people Abram he has. It's kind of like in the ancient time, not everyone you can be a soldier. You have to, you have a women, you have a elder, you have kids, right? And the people doing some supporting job. So usually the number it's 1 verse 35. Sometimes 1 verse 25, 1 verse 50 something. But let's say like 1 verse 35. So every 35 family supports 1 full-time soldier. So from this, let's see like 35 times 300, about 10,000, right? Then every family you have average 4-5 people. So that's Abram, his tribe. The number is about 40,000 to 50,000. It's a pretty big and a pretty, you have a pretty big tribe for 50,000 people. But for 50,000 people, it's not like a big enough to make a city, because in here Abraham still lived by the mama tree, the big oak tree, and around this area he has tribe, he has tents. He still that's his influence range, radiation, yeah. And the reason is the people escape, and the report is to Abram, the Hebrew is because Abram made his tribe that big, so he got the privilege to call Abram the Hebrew. And the people able, or people kind of worth reporting him to pass the message, kind of like that's he showed some value. That's they say, okay, I told him the news, whatever, pass the message about this, maybe I got something help. Yeah, so that's Abram's I think describe Abram's situation. And when he heard the news, and he led 318 people, so including him about 319, right? So they run there, and they killed the enemy 9 times at night. So I think like that's kind of that's even proved Abram possible is a bandit before, because that kind of tactic they're good at, they practice, they're good at. Not everyone can fight in the nighttime. Yeah, ancient time, if you don't have enough meat, if you don't have enough liver, okay, animal liver, those things, you can't see things nighttime. But if you can fight the nighttime, your horse must be trained, and you know the tactic, and you have recon team, everything, you know how to get in, get out, those things. It's not one day work. So Abram he has his special force, they familiar in the night attack tactic, right? And they kill all the enemy. And how many enemy, I don't know, like I say, because for 318 people, even you are so strong, even you're so good at, well, let's say enemy, let's say a couple hundred, couple thousand, it's possible 9 times when people was panic, you can chop easy. Yeah, but anyway, he got got all the treasures. And hold on, no, yeah, at this time he didn't get a lot, and all the treasure, all the position, and the women, other people, because it takes time. They already moved those captured to the place called Damascus, kind of close to Damascus, north of Damascus. Yeah, so continue fight, continue chase, and I think when you have those soldiers moving those kind of positions, they are not strong soldiers. They just peasants. I think they are peasants. So it's easy to be defeated. So this sentence 13 to 16, just you can see first Abraham, the size of his tribe, and even proved he was a bandit before. He has training the 300 whatever, and he got a lot. Why Lot? Why? I was thinking, why Lot is that important to him? Why? Well, that's just a conspiracy theory. I think Lot, if Lot was killed, I don't think Abraham will that rush to got his Lot. But if Lot is still alive, what can you get from a alive people? Secrets. It's possible people want to get the Abraham's secrets from Lot. So Abraham must get the Lot and his people on time. That's my hypothesis. Yeah, I noticed people left comment regarding my previous talk, but they just have a comment about, I don't know even how to comment, what to comment. Another is, what are you talking about? Actually, it's complicated for people not used to use original thought, also to do the deep analysis. The reason is these three sentences contains a lot of attributes, and all those information need to kind of decompress, need to think a lot. Then you can form a big picture. So I try to help people re-emphasize, rethink the story, the Abraham story again. And in here, firstly, that's my method of analysis. I think it's called a 3-dimension. Firstly, you do horizontal. You basically you pairs, you compare with same situation, right? Secondly, it's a vertical. It's you based on the timeline, the historical in the time what people might do. Also, it's another is a dot. You put yourself into that position to see what's the possible reaction. Then, or say, what about 4-dimension? Yeah. Then you have a big picture about heaven, fallen angel, and the earth. You put yourself a bird's view, a God view, to see what's your thought. So in here, my view from these sentences is, firstly, who will go 100 miles? Let's say 50 miles, 70 miles, whatever, because Sodom is away from Abraham, where he lived. You have to go to the mountain. You have to go to the mountain, go to Israel and go that place and to find him, right? It's not one-day job. It's not easy job during that time. And also God in here mentioned someone escaped from that place. So it's not a rich person. Why? Because all those rebellions, they took rich person and their positions, right? So the rich person is hardly to escape. So this person possible is what? Is poor person, or may not poor, but definitely knew what? Knew Lot is rich. Also knew Abram is rich because what? The Abram of the Hebrew. If someone has the name and put the location or put some kind of additional name over it, basically this person is famous, made some kind of reputation. So people expected to report the message or tell him something to gain what? To gain some reward. That's the first thing. Second thing is, when Abram brought 318 housebound soldier, housebound and a trained soldier to chase those enemies, to try to save Lot. Think about it. You're gonna bring all your soldiers? You don't have any defense force? No, you definitely left some, right? So that's based on the ratio of the full-time trained soldier in the ancient time. You can't be everybody be a full-time soldier. You have to like have some family. They provide the food, provide all the resources, right? So based on that ratio is like between 35 to 50. So, and the family. So each family average 4 to 5 people. So Abram, his tribe at that time is about 10,000 people. That's what I said. Secondly, when those trained housebound soldiers for male, the best fighting age is like below 35, above 25. That's the best fighting age. Basically, you have more experience. You mentally, emotionally, you are very strong, and you have experience everything. It needs time to practice, right? So think about it. Abram has lived in this area for how long? Let's say about 10 years, because the king started rebelling for 15 years, 13, whatever. So let's say already 13, 15 years. And let's back 35 minus 13 is what? 22. So 22, and for Abram, he might just bring those soldiers from what? From north, where he came from. And those soldiers, that time probably only like 15, 16, whatever. And during that time, they became a bandit, they became a robber, they kill people, so they gained what? Fully experience. So they grow. Then when they 25, 23 something, they settle down in that area. What do? They still need to kill. Why? Because a tribe, how to grow a tribe? You're not just through breeding with women. You don't have them. Women only can give a birth one, right? You need one or two. You need more women, but your energy is also limited. So the best way to make your tribe growing is go find a small tribe. You surround me. You became part of me. You not kill all the men, all the male adult, and then leave women and the what? Kids. That's the way the tribe get grow. So I think Abram and his trained soldier, it's possible in this 10 years. In this 10 years, they've been swiped the whole Canaan area, and took all the small tribes, and finally form a big tribe. And this time all his made his name Abram the Hebrew. That's what I thought. Yeah. Also, another thing is why he need a housebound family, those kind of trained soldier to save Lot. The reason is, firstly, they knew Lot, because there are so many captured, right? And when you do a night fight or try to like a couple hundred people within thousands of people, and this time you are dirty, you are like really crying, really in bad shape. Is that possible? Could possible miss Lot? Could possible let a lot get killed? Yeah, it's possible. So the best thing is you need to get new your target, right? So you can
do the hostage situation, you can save the hostage. Yeah, that's what I saw. Also, I think the whole sentence you see, they not only saved Lot, they took Lot and the position also they took other peoples, which other peoples, those people are, all those kings they capture or they just swipe from other place. So, well, this time he got a extra money, extra manpower from this kind of special operation. That's what I thought.